You're 300 feet in the air, strapped to a steel tower in a 40-mile-per-hour wind, holding a wire carrying enough electricity to power a small city. One mistake ends you. But your last paycheck was $9,400 for 1 week. Nobody handed you this. You climbed here, one rank at a time, starting at $19 an hour. This is your life as every rank of power lineman. A hurricane knocks out power to your whole county. For 6 days your family eats cold food by flashlight. Then you see them, convoys of bucket trucks rolling in from 3 states away, men in flame-resistant shirts working through the night. On day 7 the lights come back, and the whole street cheers like it's New Year's. You ask one of them what he makes. He laughs and says, "More than your doctor, kid, when the weather's bad." Your guidance counselor keeps pushing 4-year colleges at $28,000 a year. You do the math nobody at school teaches. 4 years of tuition is $112,000 of debt. 4 years of a lineman apprenticeship is 4 years of getting paid to learn. Your parents think you're throwing your future away. You fill out the application to the local utilities pre-apprentice program anyway. Your net worth today, $412 in a savings account and a used pickup worth $2,000. Remember this number. Everything that follows is built on top of it, and the first rung of this ladder is covered in mud. Your title is groundman, and the ground is exactly where you stay. You dig holes. You load reels of cable that weigh more than your truck. You hand tools up to men in the sky who don't learn your name for the first month. The pay, $19 an hour, about $39,500 a year before overtime. Your friends from high school post beach photos from their college orientation, funded by loans. You're asleep at 8:30 p.m. because your body has never hurt like this. But here's your first financial decision, and it matters more than any you'll make for a decade. You live with your parents and bank $900 a month while your buddy Tyler, also a groundman, finances a $54,000 lifted truck at 9% interest. Same job, same pay. In 10 years, that single decision will separate your net worths by 6 figures. The foreman notices 2 things about you. You show up 15 minutes early, and you watch the climbers instead of your phone. In November, he signs the recommendation letter for the apprenticeship. Tyler doesn't get one. Climbing school. Week 1. A man twice your size cries on a 40-foot pole because his legs won't stop shaking. It's called pole fright, and it washes out 1 in 5. You gaff your way up raw wood until your calves scream, learning that leaning back on the strap is what keeps you alive. Everything in your body says hug the pole. Hugging the pole is how you fall. Your pay steps up to $23 an hour, roughly $48,000 with the overtime that never stops coming. The union takes its dues. In exchange, a pension quietly starts accruing in your name at 19 years old, something almost none of your college friends will have at 35. You open a Roth IRA with $200 a month because a journeyman named Dale corners you at lunch. The tools make you money, kid. The market makes money make money. You don't fully understand him yet. You max out your work boots budget instead of your truck budget. First scar, a hot staple through the glove. You frame the glove. An ice storm crushes Oklahoma, and your local sends apprentices for the first time. You work 16-hour days in freezing rain, sleep in a church gymnasium, and eat gas station sandwiches for 11 straight days. Then the check arrives, and you read it 3 times. $6,800. 1 week. Double time after 12 hours, per diem on top. This is the secret the trade doesn't advertise. Disaster is a lineman's bonus season. You clear $61,000 this year as a third-step apprentice, more than the starting salary of the engineers who designed the lines you're rebuilding. But storm money is a drug, and you watch older hands blow every dime of it. Boats, bikes, third trucks. Dale's rule echoes. Storm checks are for assets. Regular checks are for living. You put $5,000 of it into an index fund and $1,800 into better cold weather gear. Your girlfriend asks why you disappear every time the weather map turns red. You don't have a good answer. That bill comes due later. You top out. 4 years, 7,000 hours, and a final exam where a board of veterans tries to make you fail. The card in your wallet now reads Journeyman Lineman, and the number attached to it is $52 an hour, $108,000 a year base, before a single storm. You are 23 years old, debt-free, out-earning the median American household by yourself. with $61,000 already compounding in accounts your college friends haven't opened. They're graduating this spring with an average of $37,000 in loans each. On paper, you're 8 years ahead of people your own age. The work changes too. Now you're the one in the bucket making the decisions, rubber gloves rated for 30,000 volts, working lines that are live because the hospital on this circuit can't lose power for your convenience. The first time you glove a hot 12 kV line, your hands are steady and your mind is screaming. Respect for it never leaves. The day it does, the trade buries you. You take the ticket on the road. Tramp is what the trade proudly calls a traveling lineman who chases the work. Texas heat, California fire rebuilds, Gulf hurricanes. Storm season becomes your fiscal year. This year you stack $214,000, $9,400 in your best week after Hurricane Delta's little sister flattens Louisiana. Hotels and per diem mean your living costs are almost zero. Your brokerage account crosses $150,000 and you buy your first rental property, a $160,000 duplex back home. 25% down, cash flowing $400 a month. Here is the cost column, because every rank has one. You have missed 2 weddings, 1 funeral, and every holiday for 2 years. The girlfriend from level 4 is now someone else's wife. The divorce rate in this trade is a number nobody prints on the recruiting posters. You tell yourself the sacrifice is temporary. Every tramp in every man camp in America tells himself the same thing. Some of them have been saying it for 30 years. It isn't even a storm. A calm Tuesday, routine maintenance, and a crew 2 counties over loses a man. A grounding chain skip to save 9 minutes. You knew him from climbing school. At the funeral, his wife can't stand without help. The trade stops being an adventure that day and becomes what it actually is, a discipline. You become insufferable about procedure, testing dead, grounding both sides, refusing a foreman's order once and filing the paperwork to prove you were right. It costs you a job with 1 contractor. It builds your name with 3 others. The financial layer nobody teaches. You check your beneficiaries, buy a $1 million term life policy for $58 a month, and discover the union's death benefit and your own disability coverage. Money isn't only offense, salary, storms, stocks. Money is defense. At 28, your net worth crosses $310,000, and you finally understand what you're actually building. Options. The option, someday, to say no to the sky. The general foreman hands you a crew of 6, and your hourly jumps to $64, about $142,000 base, and closer to $180,000 with storm work you now get paid to manage. New rank, new job description. It's no longer about whether you can do it safely. It's whether Rodriguez, 19 and fearless in exactly the wrong way, goes home tonight. You spend more time on tailboard briefings than on polls, and part of you grieves that. Your body sends its own memo. 2 decades of gaffing has your knees making sounds tools shouldn't make. The rental duplex became 3 units. The portfolio crosses $520,000 because you never stopped the boring $2,500 monthly investment through every market panic. Tyler from level 2, the $54,000 truck, is still a great climber, still broke, on his 2nd bankruptcy. Same trade, same paychecks, 12 years apart in outcomes. The latter pays everyone. It only builds wealth for the ones who treat every rank like a rung and not a reward. Now you run 4 crews across 2 counties, a radio in one hand and a staffing spreadsheet in the other. Title, General Foreman. Pay, $168,000, plus a truck, plus bonuses tied to safety numbers, the metric you'd bleed for anyway. Utilities are pouring billions into grid hardening and renewable interconnections. There are more transmission projects than there are qualified hands, and everyone knows your name. Headhunters call monthly. The math of your life has quietly inverted. Your portfolio and rentals now generate about $61,000 a year without you touching a hot stick. Your money out-earns the ground man you once were. You mentor apprentices with Dale's old speech, word for word, and you finally hear what he meant. At home, because there is finally a home, a wife who knew the deal and 2 kids who think dad's job is superhero adjacent. You are present for the birthdays. You paid for that presence at level 6. Every rank sells you something. This one sells you back your time. You take the leap the trade whispers about. your own line construction contracting company. 2 bucket trucks bought at auction, for hands you trust with your name, and a utility master service agreement you spent 15 years earning the credibility to sign. Year 1 nearly kills you with cash flow. Payroll is due weekly. Utilities pay in 90 days. Year 3, you clear $410,000 in personal income and stop climbing entirely. At 45, the scoreboard reads, net worth $2.3 million, $1.1 million in markets, $700,000 in real estate, a business worth the rest, built from $19 an hour and a savings account with $412 in it. No inheritance, no lottery, no college degree, just 28 years of showing up when the weather map turned red and letting compound interest work the night shift. The storm still knocks the county dark sometimes. Now it's your trucks rolling in, your kid riding shotgun asking questions. The lights come back on. The street still cheers. 10 ranks. 28 years. From $412 to $2.3 million. And every dollar of it earned 300 feet closer to the sky than most people will ever work. The ladder is real, but so is the toll. The knees, the funerals, the holidays you don't get back. If you want more careers broken down rank by rank, paycheck by paycheck, subscribe. Next episode, we climb a different ladder.